Hard Mark Podcast.
Soul skating. Soul skating.
Sleep on a bed.
Tim Duncan.
I could make a fake snake.
You not pee in the pool. You not pee in Tim Duncan.
All of myself is clean.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Hard Mark Podcast, a show where I, Eric Donaldson, wrestling fan of over 30 years, introduce one match per episode to my co-host who has never watched wrestling. We talk about the backstory, we watch the match, and then we rank that match on our ever-growing list. The purpose of this show is twofold. First, to see what happens when someone who's never watched wrestling is introduced to its most notable matches, and secondly, as a window into the mind of my co-host, he is the man of 1,000 compliments, the soul skater, the maitre d' of mat drama, the Tampa Bay topsider, the living painting, the talent, the chic of sofa sleeping, flying Ryan Murphy.
I always look forward to the last one. Maybe second to last one. I feel like yeah, but nice.
How's your L couch treating your back?
I feel like I don't have like a base to compare it to anymore.
You don't even remember what it was like to sleep in a bed anymore?
Yeah.
Okay.
Soon enough, y'all be able to, hopefully.
Maybe you've been converted. Maybe from now on, you're just going to be a couch guy.
It's not comfortable. I know that for sure. I just.
Well, so you have cats.
Yeah, 2 of them.
Do these cats also sleep on this couch with you?
Yeah.
I don't understand
I got one cat that just sprawls the fuck out on the couch. Just hands up on his back. Just could not take up more fucking room. That's how he sleeps at night. Right next to me.
Did you have to have a come to Jesus meeting with yourself to think about this seriously? Do I want a bed or do I want a couch?
No, I was firm on the couch.
Not even a decision. You just went full couch.
It's a studio apartment, and I liked the layout.
Right. Yeah.
And I didn't want to fuck it up by throwing a bed in there.
You didn't think about futon? Futon was not a consideration.
That couch that we have is $3,000.
Not that you're bragging or anything, Ryan.
I didn't buy. We bought that years ago when I had money. When
I was a financial wizard.
Yeah. And so I'm not gonna toss that couch. It's a big couch. You can sleep on it.
Right.
I'm not gonna toss that and get a small shitty futon.
Does it have one of the big wide sort of spots on it? Is it one of those types of couches?
No, it's just a big L, but it's a big couch. It's big. And then you just take the back cushions off, toss them over the side, and then it gives you an extra maybe 6 inches of room.
Sure, I can see that.
Yeah, that's where the cat sleeps.
Got it.
So I still don't really have that room, but
sure,
cats do now.
Do you wake up feeling rested?
I don't think so. I'm having a really hard time waking up, so maybe that's maybe that's a couch issue. I don't know.
It might be a couch issue. I mean, you've come too far already. How long have you been sleeping on this couch for now?
This is September, over 6 months, I think.
God damn it. Yeah. I cannot imagine sleeping on a couch.
I don't think it's, it's not ideal for sure, but it's really not that bad. It's not the worst thing ever.
Sure, but we haven't announced this on the podcast yet. This will be the first time that we're actually saying this out loud. But you, unless anything changes drastically, you're not going to be living in the Seattle region for much longer.
Yes, that's the plan.
Right.
I guess nothing concrete, but that's the plan. Yeah.
Sure. But by the time that you actually leave, assuming you do end up going to Chi-Town, the home of Michael Jordan, they call it the Windy City, Ryan. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
You will have slept on a couch for almost a full year. That's over half of a year by that point.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the lasting damage you're doing to the vertebrates in your body.
It might be bad. It might be bad. I'm not saying it's not. I don't think it's good for my posture or anything in my back. But it's what I have to work with. Right. I could throw a bed down there, but then I have no room for my desk. And then what do I?
I don't remember if we asked this question on the last episode, which we were very graciously hosted. We're back in Hedonism 4, in case you didn't already know that. But last episode, we were graciously being hosted by the fellas at Watching It. Hi, guys. But did anyone ask you, do you have an air mattress?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Yeah. You just choose not to. You prefer the couch to the air mattress.
Right. I like a little amount of stuff with a lot of space.
Okay.
All right. And if I put an air mattress or a bed, it's going to take up a lot of space and it's going to look...
Well, I think that's kind of the beauty of air mattresses is that they deflate.
I'm not going to roll that thing up every morning. There's no way. That's even...
you're not working. And you're not in school anymore.
Okay. Those points are valid, but there's still no way. I'm just not that kind of guy. I don't have it in me.
Is your boat even functional?
Did I tell you about the boat?
Well, we've had some listener feedback. I think people are sick of hearing about your boat. But
Yeah.
Me personally, you know what? Hit me with some boat stuff. What's going on with the boat, Ryan?
So I took it out. I just got it back, and I'd paid a significant amount of money to get it working again.
I mean, not a significant amount of money for a guy who's got very expensive couches, but for most people, it would be a significant amount of money. Sure, continue.
And so started right up. Worked great. I got it out to the middle of the lake. I was on Lake Stevens. It's not a huge lake, but...
Wait, when was this?
Last week.
Oh, okay. No, I definitely haven't heard this story.
Oh, okay.
This sounds eerily similar to when you got stranded in Lake Union.
It wasn't Lake Union. It was Lake Washington.
Okay, I apologize. Connect,
sure,
right.
At a certain point. Mm-hmm. So I took it out there, and it was running great, and I was like, I don't even know if I want to sell this boat anymore. I've had such a good time already. And then I'm going, and I try to pull the throttle back, pop it into neutral so I can sit, and it doesn't react to my throttle at all. So it is full fucking speed. I have this pinned down, and which is, there's not that many people on the lake, and I have room to navigate, but I'm like, shit, I can't, I have no control over this right now.
Okay.
So I'm going,
the visual is so hilarious to me.
Initially, it was it was concerning. I just
started looking for really cool ramps that you could hit.
Yeah. I just shut the engine off, and it did shut off. And I wasn't sure it was going to. Who the fuck knows with this boat at this point?
Sure, yeah.
Things just don't tend to work on this boat.
Right.
So I shut it off, and it did turn off. And then I'm sitting there. And I don't have the kicker engine hooked up.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
That little small engine to put me back. I don't have it hooked up.
Okay.
So... I have to get this boat back into the dock. And I'm like, I have to do this now. I'm not going to sit out here and fuck around. But there's a huge no wake area where you go back into the dock, which means you're not supposed to have your boat going over a certain speed because you'll create wake on the other boats that are sitting on the shore. And the residents don't like it. You look like a huge asshole to everyone who's coming out of the dock. That's just a huge no-no with boats.
Sure, yeah.
But I come fucking flying in because I am full speed and I have no control over the throttle. And I'm hoping by the time I get to the dock, the boat will still shut off with just the key since I have no control over the throttle. And like I said, I am full speed, full wake ahead, and I shut it off. And it did shut off, and I had to drift myself back to the dock.
What would the plan have been had you not been able to shut your boat off with the key?
So I left myself enough room where I would hopefully be able to turn the boat. But if not, I think I would have had to have. I'd probably try to disconnect the gas first. If not, I'd probably have to pull the motor out of the water, and it would destroy the motor. But if I was going full speed and I had no other options, I'd try to disconnect the gas first. And
so there wasn't ever a possibility that you were just going to go full speed into a pier at any point.
I mean, it's not it's a sketchy situation because if I have to disconnect the gas, I have to go to the back of the boat and pull this thing out from the actual engine. It wouldn't have been an easy. I was alone. It was not have been an easy maneuver, but and if there was more boats out, could have been really because I have no control of the steering wheel and
Sure.
It could have been bad, but luckily it did turn off.
Well, I'm glad you made it.
We got it fixed.
Oh, again. Okay.
I took it back in. I called the guy. I was like, because he told me what was happening is when I turned the boat back on, it was idling at full power. So and I
don't know. Okay, yeah,
okay,
sure.
it's running really loud.
Yeah.
And he told me when you pick the boat up, he's like, it's idling a little high, and I'm like, I brought it back. I'm like, that's not fucking cool. I can't even.
You have really bad customer service experiences.
He's a great guy, and
okay.
and it's maybe cut that part out because like he told me he's
the one person you've told about this podcast.
He's like, bring it back in.
Yeah,
and he fixed it. And he charged me an hour's worth of labor to actually fix a major issue in that engine.
Okay,
because I've taken my boat there so many times, so I'm picking it up tomorrow.
There we go. Yeah. So the heavy hooker lives basically.
I don't know. We'll see tomorrow when I take it out. Like,
okay, well, I
thought I was gonna live last time. Look what the fuck happened. Like, Heather, I'm done with that boat. Like,
Heather was wanting, like, she was like, Eric, you need to talk to Ryan so he can make a trip out on the boat. The more stories I hear about this boat, this sounds like a real death trap.
I'm not sure she wants to get on that boat.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't.
Yeah.
The more I hear about it.
Yeah. You guys are welcome to take it out for a little cruise, but I'm not sure she wants to.
I have to double check my life insurance policy before I do that.
I don't have insurance on it either, so.
Is that legal? That doesn't sound legal.
I think if you're not financing the boat, you can take it out without insurance.
If you don't have what?
If you're not financing the boat, you can take it out without insurance.
Really? Huh. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. All right. Well, before we get into our wrestling talk here today, that went in a different direction. I didn't expect heavy hooker talk.
Wax poetic.
I didn't expect talk about Ryan's vertebrates and his couch situation for quite that long, but it was what it was. I think it was good. I think the people are really clamoring for more, couch talk, heavy hooker banter, etc. I discovered something recently I want to get your opinion on.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about kink shaming?
Kink shaming?
Yeah.
I know, like what, in what context? Like, I know what it is. I just, like, what do you, like, that's like shaming people for sexual right, but like, what do you mean? How do I feel about it? Like,
are you so I'm not like, I won't point to somebody on the street and be like, hey, you're a freak. You're a piece of shit. Like, I won't do that.
Why in the street? How would you even know?
Well, I'm just giving you an example, Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm actually like this is based in reality. I'm just so the reason I asked is because I came across a kink recently that I found to be completely bizarre. I had no idea this was a real thing before. But me personally, I don't have a problem casting aspersions on people who have kinks that are very strange to me.
You don't have a problem doing
I don't have a problem with that. I will look down upon someone who I find out has kinks that are too weird for me.
Yeah.
Like, I will treat them respectfully.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know that I know anyone in real life.
You just talk behind their back.
Oh, I absolutely would. I will 100%. Like, if I found out that, like, you were into, like, Asian ball busting, I would for sure talk shit about you behind your back.
Yeah.
And I fully admit that.
Okay.
So with that established, where do you fall on kink shaming now?
But is that, like, more talking about, like, the kink itself or, like, the person who's engaging in this?
Well, I think it goes hand in hand.
I mean, there's going to be, I mean, I think there's a degree or spectrum of kinks and like they get like, I'm not, I think everyone can like do whatever you want with your partner. I don't know. Like,
but would you make fun of them for it if you found out about it?
I think I've made fun of like particular kinks.
Do you have any off the top of your head you can think of that you made fun of?
There's so fucking many. Like, it's something like me and Greta, like probably have like talked about like, I don't know off the top of my head, but because it's not really like we don't do it often. Like this kink shaming doesn't come up often, but like we've talked about like certain sexual acts that are like, probably outside of what we're willing to participate in.
Sure, right. Outside of polite society, outside of what most people would probably, endeavor.
But if you're like, if two people, I guess, are like totally down, I guess that's a nice thing for them. Like,
sure, yeah. But it's like, hey, especially if you can find somebody that's like into the same weird ass fucking shit as you, like, hey, go for it, whatever. It's, your life. Yeah. The reason I bring this up, what was it? That's right. I remember what it was I was looking up. Okay. So let me take you a little step back before we kind of get into
what were you?
I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
So Heather and I were having a conversation about like childhood foods, Lunchables specifically. I'm sure you remember. I'm sure you have very fond memories of Lunchables.
Absolutely.
As a young lad. But then that conversation transitioned over to Dunkaroos. Remember Dunkaroos?
I feel like I know the name, but I don't recall. Like.
So Dunkaroos is basically like these little cookies. They were branded with kangaroos and stuff like that on them. But basically, they're these little cookies, and they give you a little pouch or a little, I don't know, a little divot filled with like frosting, either vanilla or chocolate frosting. And you would dunk the cookie into the frosting, and like it was a little treat.
Okay.
Little snack treat thing. And so like I was curious, do Dunkaroos exist? And so I went on Amazon, and lo and behold, they do. And then as I was looking through Dunkaroos, you may not be familiar with this brand. There's a very famous chef. She does desserts. Her name is Christina Tosi. I think I'm pronouncing her name correctly. Tosi. She runs a thing called Milk Bar. So Milk Bar is like a fairly well-known like dessert brand company type of thing. Like I think she recently came into some controversy because one of the dishes that she has made was called crack pie. And people were like, you can't call it crack pie anymore.
I think it's a great name. It's addicting.
I don't have a dog in this fight. Is that a thing that people say?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't have a horse in this race when it comes to the
dog in the fight is better.
the crack pie situation. But either
Michael
way,
Vick reference. Like
I know that took a little while to get us to the point here. But so then I was like, oh, Milk Bar. I've never actually had anything from Milk Bar before. Let me see what if Amazon offers Milk Bar stuff. And so as I'm browsing through everything under Milk Bar, which is primarily cookies, treats, sweets, etc., eventually, as I scroll down far enough, I come upon some erotic literature, which also is available to sell on Amazon. So here's the title of this erotica. It's called The Milk Bar, which makes sense why I would see it. A Hugh Cow, and I'm going to spell that word for you, Hucow. A Hugh Cow First Time Romance, Southern Milkmaids Book 1. So I'm going to pull up this listing.
Okay.
Would you care to see the cover?
I mean, I probably should.
Okay.
I guess.
Let's see here.
Tie this all in.
So describe what you see to the audience here.
Nice breasts and a flannel shirt.
Well, okay, it's an attractive...
Daisy Dukes.
It's not just breasts. She's a human being, Ryan.
That's all I see. There's just literally just breasts.
It's not just breasts.
There's the bottom of her face.
You can't...
She has a chin.
You can see her nose for the record. You just can't see eyes up, okay? But it's a blonde...
Where's the focus on, Eric?
It's a blonde woman
Yeah.
with like a shirt, like a country flannel shirt, like you'd find at one of the honky tonks that Ryan goes to.
Down Sultan.
and she's got her cut off Daisy Dukes on, and I don't even know what that pose is. She's kind of like pushing the side of one of her boobs.
She's milking herself.
Yeah, I guess that is sort of.
It seems like.
I mean,
I don't know.
You're getting ahead of me, but yes, I think you're probably right. She's not actually milk. For the record, she's not actually. She's
so you know what I know about kinks, like.
Yeah. So, would you care to read would you care to hear the description of this book? Okay, Cindy makes her living as a Hugh Cow at the Milk Bar, serving up sweet treats and delicious cream fresh from, quote, the tap. There are perks to being a Hugh Cow, but mostly it's hard work and horny customers. That all changes when a handsome, mysterious cowboy walks in at the end of a long night, demanding to talk to Cindy. He's her high school sweetheart turned filthy rich race car driver, and he's hoping to be back in her life. Cindy's not sure about their future, but for tonight, she's going to take him to the back room and give him a taste of her sweet cream and her untouched Hugh Cow body. Does this sound like a novel you'd be interested in?
No. It's
okay. So it's not going to be...
It sounds a little basic, to be honest. Like
a little. Okay, sure. Do you know what a Hugh Cow is? So that's kind of where we're pivoting with this.
I know you spelled it out, so I assume it has some sort of significance. Like,
so I had no idea that Hugh Cow was a thing. That book was written in 2015. So whatever this Hugh Cow fetish has been around for at least 6 years, just to set the stage there. So let's see here. Let's see if I can get a nice definition of what Hugh Cow is. Hugh Cow is a woman who chooses to be objectified for her large mammaries and ability to lactate constantly. That's just what Urban Dictionary says, which is not, untrue. But I read a Vice article called Inside Hugh Cow, the fetish that imagines women as cows. And so there's this whole sort of subculture where it's like sexy CGI cartoon cows, which I don't know if you can see that very well. But like that's a cow. That's not even like a woman. That's like a.
This is CGI.
I mean, that looks like a computer-generated cow with big breasts.
Can't see it.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but that looks like a computer-generated cow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But like human proportions. But it's I guess presumably you could say, oh, that's a woman in a cow outfit. But I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fetish where these women are going to be dressed. They're being milked by pumping machines, wearing bondage gear, or animated, as we're seeing in this picture, hybrid cow women. So this is like a big thing. So yeah, I wanted to introduce. What are your initial thoughts about Hugh cows?
I mean, it's not my thing.
Okay.
Don't get me.
What's preventing you from going all in on Hugh cows today? Like, imagine this. Imagine you're a farmer. You're dressed up. You got a piece of bale of hay, or not a bale. Little hay thing sticking out of your. You got your
from Snohomish.
Your overalls on. Mm-hmm. Like, this is like a prime role playing opportunity.
I'm not a big fan of anything that's like cartoon or CGI or like anything. Like, it's just maybe do it in real life. Like, that first thing, that first image you show, that's a drawing. But
so you're saying that you might be open to it if it wasn't a CGI thing, because not all of them are.
I'm
not all the Hugh cows are.
Okay, so I'm not doing this. I'm not into any of this. I'm not into the milking thing. That's always like.
Sure.
Yeah, but I know it's out there. I know it's a fetish.
I'm gonna go into r/Hugh cow on Reddit right now.
There's a subreddit for that.
Yeah, let's see. How many? Real quick, off the top of your head, how many subscribers does Hugh cow have?
1,600 to 2,000.
Okay, yeah. All right, that's probably about right. Let's see. 75,000.
Holy shit.
Okay, so let's see. Do we just go to best? Is that what I should do here?
Top all time. Top
all time. Here we go. This is the top one. Wanna be my cowboy, and it's a. Oh wow. Okay. So there's a lady as advertised, big, large breasts.
Yeah.
She's wearing like cow lingerie, and yeah, she's just kind of hanging out.
And they get milked.
Presumably they get milked.
They get milked.
I suspect that if I was to go. What the hell? The top comment is, I want to milk you with my vacuum cleaner. Is that a sexy thing that people say? Have you ever... Never mind. I'm not going to ask that.
Should look at controversial.
Okay. So yeah, it's basically like, I think I'm starting to get the gist of it. It's these big booby ladies.
Yeah. But they're just like
dressed
lingerie,
with spots. Oh gosh, this is going to be... Oh, yep. She's milking herself.
Is she?
Okay.
Is it a GIF? Oh.
I mean, it's a video. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not into milking.
I'm not either.
Oh, there's more milking. Yep. Oh, okay. All right.
Milking, big woman, right?
It's a big lady. When a cow one, they're all wearing the same cow onesie.
That kind of makes sense.
I don't. It's
through this,
very
like
strange.
It kind of.
There's not a whole lot of creativity in the costumes that I'm seeing, but yeah, Hugh cow. So there you go.
I had no idea.
Me neither.
Would you kink shame that? Are we kink shaming that right now?
I think we kind of indirectly kink shamed it, or maybe directly. I don't know. But if I knew someone like, hey, if you're listening and you're into Hugh cows and you're like, oh, good, they're talking about my favorite thing. Like, fucking, you do you, man. Like, it doesn't hurt me in any way. Right. But if I find out that you're one of the 75,000 users of Reddit's Hugh cow subreddit, I'm probably going to make fun of you when you're not around. Yeah. It's fucking weird. But, like, it's not, like, aggressively bad weird as long as you're not, like, doing horrible things to people. Like, these women seem to be consensually be getting milked, so more power to you.
Based on the 3 posts we saw, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then that Amazon book, again, everyone's welcome. Maybe I'll post a link.
That seemed tame.
It did seem.
That seemed tame. But,
it did seem. So, yeah, so Hugh cow. So there you go. You can have a little, conversation starter with next time you see your mom and dad or whatever.
That's nice. Yeah.
I guess we can do like one more real quick thing. Sometimes I just like throwing your curveballs and seeing like if we get cool stories out of it, like the you shooting yourself in the eye thing. Did you get scratched? Did your cat scratch you?
I did get scratched. It was a cat scratch.
Okay,
it was pouring blood.
It looks gnarly.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Saturday night. I had a fucking rough weekend. Like really, really, truly. Like the last 2. And I'm going out again on Friday.
Okay.
And so I'm just going to finish it and then calm the fuck down because it's been.
You've been hitting it hard, party wise. You're a little
like
party boy?
Injuring myself, like several different.
But the cat did that to you, right?
This was a cat, yeah.
So Ryan has, I don't know if we're going to use this or not, but so Ryan has like a pretty big scratch, like almost not quite like comic book supervillain big, but like you've got sort of like the eye thing where it starts at the top of your eye and then skips past the bridge of your nose and goes down below your eye.
This one's actually kind of bad.
No, yeah,
the top one, like he got me, and then kind of just scratched the rest of it. But I woke up, it was like 3 a.m. and I was pouring blood from my face. And I noticed that like there was an impact to my head. I didn't really know he scratched me, but I went to the bathroom and I'm like, fuck, because I just want to go back to sleep. And I'm like wiping my face, it's full of blood. I'm like, and then I like laid back down and I was like, it was a mess. I was a fucking mess that night.
Did you do something to provoke this cat into scratching
No,
you?
not at all. And he's always so good. Like he never scratches me.
Okay.
He just tried to jump from one side of the couch to the other, and I think he took off of my face.
Oh, okay.
I was asleep. But he got me good. I'm glad I don't have like any like video calls or anything I need to be on or like, because this looks fucking, I mean, it's blatantly right on the middle of my face. Like
it's hard to miss. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what would never do that to you? A dog.
That's not necessarily true.
A dog would never leap off of your face and scratch you.
You you don't even have a dog, Eric. Like, don't get me this.
We've already gone through this. We don't need to get into that. Anyway, okay, I'm going to ask you a question. This is apropos of nothing.
Yeah.
This could go nowhere. If it doesn't go anywhere, we'll just go into wrestling talk. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. You ever shit yourself?
This is a story I don't think I've ever like.
Yeah.
I don't know. You may have to like see. Yeah. This was like.
I'm already on pins and needles.
Yeah. No. I mean, it wasn't like this was 4th grade or something.
Okay. Yeah. That's prime shit in your pants time.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it was like a movie theater. We had like gone out with like.
Okay.
It was so fucking because
Do you remember the movie?
Yeah. It was Monsters Inc. And I think what had happened is like
Billy Crystal makes me want to shit my pants too.
I think I had like ice cream. We went out before, and I like.
Oh, that's right, because you got poop problems. Is that why you're so sensitive about poop problems? Would I make poop
I'm
problems?
not like
jokes?
that sensitive about it. It's just like been handled ever since I was in 4th grade. But this was the last time, and I remember I was like, I was completely distraught. Like, I mean, I was fine. I didn't tell anybody. Like, but I'm sure like if someone shits their pants, like.
I think there's elements of the story that are being omitted here. So you had ice cream. You went out for ice cream with like friends, right?
So no, I'm trying to remember because I can't specifically recall if we did it before or after. So I don't know if that was exactly the cause, but it may have been like. But in the movie theater, like it wasn't like I full on like shit my pants, but like like a little bit like
a little bit came out,
and I was like, oh fuck, like this is I have to drive home with these people, and.
But you were with friends, right?
I was with
family.
It was with my sister and like her friend and her dad or whoever took us to the movie. Like we had known they were kind of like family friends and like
okay.
It was that whole thing. And I'm trying to like we may have gone out to like it was like Baskin Robbins afterwards. I'm like, fuck this. I just like want to go home. Like I didn't want to say anything. Like,
but you don't know so you definitely shit your pants during Monsters Inc.
Yeah,
and you either had ice cream immediately before or were offered.
I'm just trying to think of the reason. Like this was never like an issue. Like I'm trying to think of the reason why I would have, and I don't know if I had like maybe I had like cheese or like something like triggered it. But I do remember like also afterwards like there's a Baskin Robbins in Snohomish, like right by our house, that we like, and I'm like, fuck this shit. Like,
So, which of the 51 flavors did you get, Ryan?
I don't think I had any ice cream after. I can't imagine I would like subject myself to that afterwards. But yeah, that was.
So you didn't just sit there stewing in it. You went to the bathroom to like clean up. But then you got your shitty underpants on.
Exactly, and like you can kind of like, I mean, you can kind of tell, like, right? You shit your pants, like you can. That's something.
You can tell, yeah. Depending on the amount.
It's like horrifying for me, like to like deal with that.
Did you tell anyone? Or?
No, I never told anyone. I'm not even sure to this point until you brought this up that I've told anybody. I think I might have. I hit that, but I'm
buried in the recesses of your mind.
I think I've grown and I found out enough people have shit their pants at certain points that like
That's what I would have to say that like the most recent time that you shit your pants being in 4th grade. That's better than most. I would have to say.
I don't. Is it?
I shit my pants way later than 4th grade.
Like sober?
Well, I mean, let's see. When did I shit my pants? I remember shitting my pants when I was like 7 or 8 at my grandma's house because I ate too many gummy snacks. I definitely...
Is that does it?
I mean, if you eat a lot of them. And my body was not acclimated to... I was always a chocolate kid, so eating a lot of gummy snacks, my body was just like, what the world? And I shit my pants in the middle of the night. So this, I don't know if this technically counts, but one time I was like really sick, like really fluish, wasn't eating anything, pretty much just drinking liquids, like the whole thing. And I was up in the middle of the night, like just to get like a drink of water. And I was like walking around the apartment naked because that's what you do. I'm sure, as a single man, well, I guess with cats, that's dangerous. But, as a single man with no animals around, I was walking around nude. This was in my early 20s, it was the prime of my life, just strutting that ass. And I had to fart. And so I just let it go and I sharted all over the kitchen floor. So I got like my whole ass was wet with poop water. And then the kitchen floor was all covered in shart.
Yeah, that's rough. That's at least it wasn't on carpet.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
And then I remember, and so I cleaned it up as best I could. It was like the middle of the night, whatever. Yeah. My girlfriend at the time, she woke up, and I remember like walking out there with her, and I was like telling her the story, and then as I glanced down, I realized I missed a spot, so then I had to be like, hey, what's that over there? And then I cleaned up the shart real quick.
Never found out.
Oh, she found out. I clogged the toilet with TP, and she had to unclog it.
I don't. It can like just kind of like it's kind of be bad, like when you're sick and like you're just like only fluids, like that can be nasty shit. But like I have never like shit myself during that situation, but I could see how that could totally happen. Yeah. So I know you needed that after that
I needed
story.
the catharsis. Because as I thought back, it's like, I kind of have like a fair amount of poop stories, but I wonder if Ryan has any. And it turns out you do.
Monsters Inc. Mike
Monsters and Scully Inc. just sitting there, just bathing in it, just marinating in your own poop.
I was so pissed we went to like Baskin Robbins. Like, why the that's just like a add insult to injury.
Any kid would be happy for that, besides Ryan.
Yeah. Anyway.
Let's talk about wrestling. Yeah. Let's get into wrestling stuff. Would you care to speculate on our match here today, Ryan?
I have no fucking idea.
You have no idea at all?
Did you like give a hint or?
No. Well, okay. I mean.
Was there something last episode that I missed?
We'll see if you figure it out as I talk about the match.
Okay, probably not, but
no, I definitely did mention it last episode. Okay. This is all new. So okay.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
You don't scientifically know him yet, so I can't confirm or deny anything like that.
Okay.
But I will say that the match we're going to be watching today does feature two gentlemen that you are familiar with. We've seen them multiple times so far. I think you like both of them. We'll find out. But a couple of episodes ago, we embarked on an epic tale. I'm sure you remember it, Ryan. It spanned 4 episodes of Hard Mark. It was known as the Rumble Saga. So tears were shed, punches were thrown, men were bitten by snakes. We remember the Rumble Saga, Ryan, yes? Mm-hmm. Okay. So one of the main components of the Rumble Saga was a gentleman by the name of Roddy Piper. You remember Roddy Piper, yeah? He wore a kilt. He had the poster moment. You were like, he's fighting the guys off in the corner. You wish you could have
beautiful moment.
Beautiful moment.
Probably put it on the pinnacle of pedestal. I'm sorry, pedestal of wrestling and pinnacle, I guess.
Yeah, the pinnacle, the pedestal of wrestling. Yeah. So he was the hot-blooded rival of Ric Flair. He was also the man, as we noted, that Ryan wished he has a poster of. Ryan also complained that he has 2 nicknames, Rowdy and Roddy, which is still a completely gibberish argument that you made.
Did I make that case?
You did, yeah.
I can't. Does he do both of those stick?
His name is Roddy Piper, but his name is Roderick, so they shorten it to Roddy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I argued against you. I was like, well, Ken Griffey Jr. doesn't have an asterisk, doesn't have quotes around Ken, and that's Kenneth is his name. Which I actually Googled after I listened back to that. I was like, what's Ken Griffey Jr.'s real name? Not even fucking Ken. It's fucking George. George Kenneth Griffey Jr.
I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. I was wearing his jersey last night. Like,
well, there you go.
Am I even a fucking fan? Like,
Well, look, you can look it up, but yeah, it's true.
Anyway, okay.
But anyway, so while we've seen Roddy a couple times, we haven't really talked about him a whole lot. So I thought it would be good to give you a little bit of backstory around this man.
I should have picked that up.
Who I'm wearing
is that the hint?
The T-shirt of Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
So to give you a little bit of background, so Roddy Piper was born Roderick Toombs. It's like a tomb, but with two O's, Toombs. And he originally hails from Saskatchewan. So he's not actually Scottish, although he presumably has some sort of Scottish ancestry someplace. But he's a Canadian guy, basically. But they don't play that up on TV.
Yeah, you would think he was Scottish based on everything.
But he doesn't have an accent. That's the thing. Like, he just talks like a
kilt.
But he has a kilt.
Yeah.
This is true. And he can play bagpipes. So.
Oh, well, shit. Like, might as well be. Good citizenship. Like, Jesus.
Might as well. I mean, I'm sure he's, like, been there. Yeah. But yeah, he's billed from Glasgow, but he's from Saskatchewan in real life. So anyway, he left home at a very early age, and he bounced around between youth hostels. He was basically homeless for a time as a teenager. Now, some of the stories that Roddy Piper tells can sort of like weave fact and fiction, so it can be hard to separate the two a little bit. But basically, the kind of accepted story is that through hanging out at different gyms and whatnot, he eventually fell in with some local pro wrestlers in that general like Saskatchewan area, that region. So he started wrestling as a teenager. So he was like 16, 17 years old when he first started wrestling in the late 60s and early 70s. He was just like this scrawny kid, did not look like a pro wrestler at all. His whole job was just to get his ass kicked by the real stars at that time. Before one match, Roddy had informed the bagpipe band that he was a part of that he was going to be wrestling that evening, and the band agreed to play him to the ring. The ring announcer, who only knew him as Roddy, didn't know what his last name was or anything like that, announced him as Roddy the Piper. And so Roddy Piper was born.
Oh, I thought he fucked up his name.
Well, he did
Roddy
fuck
the
up
Piper.
Well, he did. Well, I mean,
thought there was going to be some drama there.
No.
Takes him into the ring. No, okay.
We'll get into.
That's where it developed. That's where. Okay.
We're about to get into some drama, but that is not where the drama leads. Yeah, that's just kind of the creation of the Roddy Piper name. So this next story doesn't play into our match today. It's kind of like our fun story that we told around, ravishing Rick Rude getting a little bit of semen in his mouth during a kiss. That's neither here nor there. But for much of his early career, Roddy Piper bounced from territory to territory, but not really gaining much notoriety. Like, he wasn't looked at as a big star. However, in the mid-1970s, Piper was finally given his big break in Los Angeles. So Piper began feuding with a man named Chavo Guerrero, who was a pretty big star in that era, especially in like the California, Texas region, where you had a large, Hispanic audience that would come out to the matches and stuff like that. So as part of this feud, Piper would repeatedly egg on and taunt the Hispanic fans in the audience. Finally, one week, when the fans really started to get worked up, Piper apologized, and he promised that he was going to learn how to play the Mexican national anthem on the bagpipes, and he was going to return the following week to play it for everybody. Seems like a nice thing to do for people, I think.
Really brings in the fans.
Yeah. Like, of course I would like to hear the Mexican national anthem.
I'd be a fan.
On the bagpipes. Yeah. And so, the following week, Piper showed up with his bagpipes. He stood right there in the center of the ring, and he began to play La Cucaracha.
Oh, shit.
On the bagpipes, which incited a riot in the arena.
Of course. I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So, and the reason I'm telling this story, it's classic wrestling, but also it paints Roddy Piper as really, really what he truly was, which was totally fearless. It was that quality, it was that fearlessness that would lead to his eventual superstardom in wrestling, and also what led to him getting stabbed on 3 separate occasions by fans.
Ballsy fucking move.
Yes, I remember reading his autobiography, and he is telling the story about getting stabbed and how the guy was holding the knife the wrong way, and Piper was like, "Oh, I can take this guy." And then the guy switched his grip to where how you're supposed to hold the knife if you're in a fight, and then he was like, fuck. And then he got slashed.
For real?
Yeah.
3 times?
I don't know if it was 3 times in that one altercation.
But he's separate. He's 3 times he's been stabbed.
I believe so. Yes.
Wow.
That is the claim, is 3 times, which I believe it, because Piper, he looked at his job as just, what can I do to piss people off and make them want to pay to see me get my ass kicked? That was Roddy Piper.
He set the tone for today with all these fucking people. Yeah, but yes.
Yeah, he did. And like today's wrestling is more about like the showmanship of the match. Like people are less taking it seriously and more just want to see a spectacle. Whereas in the 70s and 80s, like your whole job was to talk people into wanting to see you either beat somebody up or get beaten up. And so that's kind of his philosophy on the business, and he was very, very good at it. Now, fast forward to 1992. We all remember that year. Back in episode 27, we watched the Royal Rumble. Against his better judgment, Ryan actually picked Roddy Piper to win that match.
It's a bummer, yeah.
I think you claimed that I was to blame for that.
I think you misled me earlier in the...
I hope that one day you'll become an adult and you'll know how to take responsibility for your own actions. There's a famous... You ever seen the movie? I know this isn't Moneyball, so the answer is probably no, but there's a famous movie called Mortal Kombat. Have you ever heard of it?
Played the video games.
But you've never seen the film?
No.
There's an important line in that movie. I think you could benefit a lot from it by just taking it to heart, Ryan.
Yeah.
There's a bit where the lead character, the main hero, Liu Kang, he has a lot of guilt because his brother was killed at the hands of Shang Tsung, the evil sorcerer, right? And so Shang Tsung can shapeshift and turn into whatever character he wants. And so he turned into Liu Kang's younger brother that was murdered. And so there's a point where Liu Kang's sort of confronting his guilt, and his brother is talking to him, which is, again, the evil Shang Tsung in reality. But his brother reaches out to him. He's like, I forgive you for letting me die. And then Liu Kang turns to his brother. He's like, no, every man is responsible for his own destiny. Shang Tsung killed my brother. And so like that was the realization that every man's responsible for himself. So what I'm getting at, Ryan, is that I didn't do shit to you.
I'm not. I thought you might be getting like, you want me to forgive you for misleading me in that.
I don't. There's nothing to forgive because I didn't do anything wrong.
I think you should take responsibility for how you misled me. Like.
I think we're going to have to agree to disagree. So anyway, the Royal Rumble, you picked Roddy Piper. Now, while Piper didn't win the Royal Rumble, he came pretty close. He was in there towards the end. But more importantly, earlier in that event, in that Royal Rumble pay-per-view, he won the Intercontinental title, which is actually the first time he ever held a championship in nearly a decade after joining the WWF. So like for me, I guess I would have been like an 8-year-old kid, it was a huge deal that Piper won like a title, even though it wasn't like the world title. Like the fact that Roddy Piper was the Intercontinental Champion was like a big deal to me, especially because he was like my second favorite wrestler behind Hulk Hogan. So just to kind of paint a little bit of that picture for you. Piper winning that title came about in a little bit of a unique way. Piper wasn't originally scheduled to compete for the Intercontinental title. Instead, it had been advertised that it was going to be the champion Bret Hitman Hart defending against the Mountie, who we've actually seen before. He's an evil member of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. He has a shock stick, a little taser thing that he hits people with. If you saw him, you'd remember him, but it's not a big deal.
He's, of course, allowed to bring that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. As long as
as
long as the referee's back is turned, it's all kosher. So if you remember Bret Hitman Hart, way back in episode 10, Bret was the guy that convinced me that wrestling was real after he swore at the end of losing that one match. He just sat up and yelled, fuck. Well, he didn't even yell it. He just quietly said, fuck to himself, but they caught it on camera. I was like, this shit's real. He also, another match that we've seen of his, he stripped Mr. Perfect after winning the Intercontinental title in Madison Square Garden back in episode 18, and he was one of the members of Roddy Piper's Survivor Series team in episode 24. So we've seen him now 3 times. Now, the last time that we saw Bret back in episode 24, at that time, he was still the reigning Intercontinental Champion. However, shortly after that match, at an untelevised event, Bret lost the title to the Mountie. So the story of that match was that Bret competed against doctor's orders. He was battling 101-degree fever, and despite fighting valiantly, he still came up short and lost to the Mountie. That evil son of a bitch.
It's almost like the MJ flu game, except he lost.
Did MJ win the... Yeah, I guess he did win the flu game, wasn't it? It wasn't the Jazz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But you're right. However, even though Bret lost that match, one man stood up to defend Bret's honor against the evil Mountie, none other than Roddy Piper, who proceeded to beat the Mountie for the title at the Royal Rumble. And after the Mountie was vanquished and sent on his way, that left Roddy Piper in need of a challenger for his Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania VIII. And a challenge was formally made by the former champion and Piper's friend, Bret Hitman Hart, who lost the title under dubious circumstances. So that led to the match that we're going to be watching today, a rare good guy versus good guy match, pitting Roddy Piper versus Bret Hitman Hart. And that's the glasses that I'm wearing right now.
Yeah, both of them on.
I do, yeah. So it's a real pick'em.
Yeah.
It's a real pick'em.
Good guy versus good guy. It's hard to, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So in short, if I had to kind of just describe to you what this match is, it's all about styles. Styles make fights. That's what they say in boxing. So Piper, he was a brawler. He was a street fighter. He wasn't doing a whole lot of technical wrestling. He was just out there to like punch, kick, do whatever he could to win. Meanwhile, Bret Hart, he has the superior wrestling ability. He's more technical. He has better fundamentals, you could say. So the question is, can Piper brawl and scrap his way to a win, or is Bret's superior technical wrestling ability gonna take the W in this case? So that's the story of the match here today.
It'll be interesting to see.
You leaning any particular way at the moment? Do you remember? I know you remember Roddy. Do you remember Bret off the top of your head? He wore these glasses.
Okay. Well, yes, I remember like a wrestler wearing. Like,
okay.
But I don't remember any like specific like technical ability like that stood out.
We've enjoyed all the Bret Hart matches that we've seen so far. Overall, I think you have very much enjoyed him. Yeah, I think you've liked him.
So, I mean, we'll see.
Well, we've seen 3 times, Ryan.
I know,
and you've enjoyed it 3 times.
Do you know where he ranks on our?
Let me just pull it up on the screen here. Between the two of them currently, the highest ranked match that either Roddy or Bret has is number 7. That's Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect. Is currently ranked number 7 on our list of, man, how many matches do we have now? 37.
37.
So we have 37 matches. The Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect is ranked number 7 right now. And then, let's see, my eyes any good? Royal Rumble, which Roddy Piper's in, is that's ranked number 10.
That's pretty close.
It is pretty close. Yeah. But I mean, like, there was 30 people in that match, so can you really give credit to Roddy?
I think 7 and 10's pretty close. Like, when you're doing on like my standards of ranking, that's a pretty close match. Like,
yeah. But all the Bret matches are in the upper end. They're all in the top 50% right now, and I think all the Piper ones, not that we've seen a whole lot of them. Yeah. In fact, this will actually be the very first time we've seen a one-on-one Roddy Piper match, so hence why we're spending a little bit more time chatting about them. But yeah, so I think it's 2 guys that you like. We'll see how it goes. Any other questions or anything that you want to know before we watch this?
That's all I got.
You can take that to the bank, ladies and gentlemen. You want to get your Hugh Cow fix? We got it. You want a boat update? We got it. You want to hear about Ryan pooping his pants on the couch? You got it. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break with our thoughts on Bret Hitman Hart versus Roddy Piper. But before I do, I almost forgot. Ryan's record is 18-19. So you're actually at a sub 500. This is a big one. You got to come back. You got to surge.
I've been down before, Eric.
Yeah, but not with all this. You have more knowledge than you ever have had before, Ryan, and yet you're struggling. I want to see. I think you lost last week, if I remember correctly.
I did lose last week.
Yeah, so we got.
I think I did lose last week.
You did.
I think me and Donnell went with the same.
That's true. Yeah. Meanwhile, Robert he predicted right. So why is it always the guests are able to predict right on their first try, but then you're...
I mean, I was also able to predict right on my first try. So
that's a good point.
Give them 35 matches.
That's a good point. Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, we'll be right back. Thanks. Bye.
Anticipation of what is going to be a tremendous knockdown, drag out affair. I wouldn't look for too many flying head scissors, man. Short arm scissors.
No. I bet you're going to see that. You're going to see them start up. I can tell their tempers are beginning to flare right now. But they're going to try each other out. They're going to see what each other has. They're going to keep it by the rules for a while.
What would you do if you were the Hitman?
Well, I'd have my agent buy it for me.
Oh,
and if that didn't work, I'd waffle him out back with a tire iron. I'd get it some way. Any way I could.
And it's a sleeper! Oh, look at that move! Off the turnbuckle! It's over!
I told you Bret Hart was going to win!
History has been made here in the Hoosier Dome!
What a move by Bret the Hitman Hart! We got a new Intercontinental Champion!
The winner of this bout, and
Hello, everybody. It is Eric Donaldson here again, back at ya. Just a quick message that I wanted to provide to everybody. First and foremost, if you enjoyed Robert and Donnell on the last episode of the Hard Mark podcast, episode 31, and you wanted to check out a little bit more of them, but with a little Hard Mark flair to it, not only myself, but for the very first time ever, I somehow managed to convince Ryan to also guest on another podcast. So Ryan and I had a really great time. We watched the film Robot Jox, which is all about big fighting robots. Actually, they're mechs. Technically, they're not robots at all. It's a big Cold War thing. Think Rocky IV, but with robots, which sounds much better than it actually is. But either way, Ryan and myself, we gave all of our insight on the cinematic world. We broke out of the wrestling bubble, ladies and gentlemen, and we reached the world of highfalutin cinema. So check us out on Watching It. There's a link on our social media channels. You can find Watching It on, all the different channels that you can find this fine program that you happen to be listening to right now. And also just a quick reminder, still have plenty of merchandise available for anyone who may be interested in helping to support the show. As a reminder, all proceeds from merchandise sold, or if you buy us a coffee, either one, all that goes towards our next project. That project is, for anyone who may have missed it when we announced it earlier, that project is Ryan booking his own professional wrestling match. That's right. He's going to lay it out. All the things that he complains about ordinarily. Oh, they didn't do that right. Or, oh, I didn't like how this happened in the match. There's not going to be any of that. Because Ryan himself is going to be in charge of concocting this magical grappling formula. And then not only will we watch that and rank that match, but very high probability that we may end up providing our own commentary over that match and posting it on the Hard Mark YouTube channel. So again, just a quick reminder around that, helping to support the show. A couple different ways you can do so. Buy us a coffee and or buy some merchandise. Either of those will work. But with all that said, not to keep you too long from what you really came here for, the hard science. Let's get back to it. We'll give you our thoughts. Bret Hitman Hart versus Roddy Piper. All right, so we are back. We just watched Bret Hitman Hart take on Roddy Piper for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania VIII in the Hoosier Dome of Indianapolis, Indiana. Ryan, did you, and I'll buy you time so you can burp, did you enjoy that match?
I did. It was very good.
Okay.
It was very, very good match.
I guess before I go to the notes, anything in particular that you enjoyed in particular about that match?
There was a lot of... I love the ref. I just really liked him a lot.
Most referees from that era, I know who they are. Like I can name them.
That, yeah.
Oh, that's Earl
personalities,
Hebner.
like in the
there's that, and oh, that's Joey Morella, that's Earl Hebner. Like I'll know most of the names of the referees. I have no idea who the fuck that guy was.
I don't either, but I really liked him.
He had like a penis bowl cut haircut.
It was 92 style.
It was a 92 like child style, but he was an adult man in front of 70,000 people.
But he looked like a ref.
Yeah, he looked like sure. Yes, he looked like a virgin ass ref. I will grant you that. And then he had like this mustache that also looked very. I think it was more like 86, 87 style mustache, but he was rocking it into 92.
It felt early 90s. It felt like right for the time, but I liked him. He was
authentic.
A clean performance.
Ryan has officially substituted the word authentic for clean. So anytime you hear him say the word clean, what he wants to actually say.
There we go with the rest of the analysis of this match.
Good. Let's go to the notes. It started off with a promo between Roddy Piper and Bret Hart. What did you think of the promo? You don't often see a format like that where it's like both guys with the interviewer like kind of going back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, when I stepped into this whole thing, I expected that's what, because nowadays that's what they do. You get a couple of UFC fighters and they just stand nose to nose.
Well, so they don't usually do in a big interview though. Usually
they do a weigh-in or whatever.
Yeah, this wasn't that.
I mean,
this was it gets a lot
of press. I've seen a bunch of them recently. I'm just when I saw WWE, and I didn't know they did it separately. So this one was that wasn't the most impressive part about the match. I know.
Well, nor did I say that it was. I was just the promo happened.
One thing I did want to know, that did they know each? Like he kept saying, as a little kid,
right,
were their families?
No, so they didn't actually know each other as kids.
He's just talking shit.
Well, I think Roddy Piper was playing it up for the story of the match that they had known each other for forever. I think they did have some sort of shared bloodline, they were distant relatives, but they didn't know each other or anything like that. I think it was just one of those things where they kind of traced it back and oh, I think that there's a tombs in your family history or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, they put their hands on each other a couple times, and it was
Well, so Roddy's, trying to kind of make jokes and stuff. I remember going over to remember you're changing your potty pants. Of course, he didn't get potty trained till he was 7, but that doesn't matter.
Nice line right there.
Right, that line was that line was good. Yeah. I remember your mom making bologna sandwiches. Yeah. One piece of bologna. It doesn't matter. I was hungry. That was classic, sort of amped up Roddy Piper. Just 100% energy, just go.
Yeah.
And then when he goes to pinch Bret Hart's cheeks, that's when the serious, sort of more stoic Hitman is hey, keep your hands to yourself. And then they go a little back and forth and argue over, who's going to win the title, that sort of thing. And then the one part, this may have been actually the reason that you picked Bret Hart. So just so everybody knows, Ryan did win the match. So he predicted successfully that Bret Hart was going to win.
Early.
Pretty early. That put him at a 19-19 record, back at 500, back to your winning ways, sort of, kind of, almost, a manner of speaking. But I think the part that soured you on Roddy Piper was the fact that he had his belt around his fist and he was kind of threatening Piper with it, and then there was a little bit where he kind of popped it up and he was going to grab it and he missed it.
He was going to grab it.
Is that what soured you on? Is that why you did not pick Roddy Piper?
It was a terrible fucking I'm trying to think of something just recently that happened that was similar.
Okay. Was it you tearing your pec or you're breaking your rib recently?
No,
you're trying to think of
something where you're going for a very smooth move. It was Remember I sent you that Dave Portnoy video with the beers with the
what video?
It's Dave Portnoy with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh yeah,
and he drops the beer.
Oh right. Yes,
that was but I mean, just you can't miss something like that.
Sure.
So and he threw the belt up and then he tried to play it off. It was a bad look. It was.
I'm surprised. So one thing I am surprised about that I think it's a great promo, and it's one of my favorites from a match that is also one of my favorites from when I was a kid. But I am a little surprised that they didn't just redo the interview, because that clearly was not live. Bret Hart was basically out to the ring immediately afterwards. So I'm sure that was pre-taped well in advance. So I'm surprised they didn't be let's just redo it until Piper catches the belt or whatever.
Or cut that out or something. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I guess it has a little go home bit, but yeah, it didn't detract for me. But I think that is what colored Ryan's opinion in that moment. So we got the entrances for both men. Bret Hart, you were. What's the word I'm thinking of here? The pink.
Yeah, it was a nice color. Very fluorescent, bright.
Bright
standout
Lisa
guy,
Frank pink.
Yeah.
It's anyone knows about Lisa Frank, they know that's a accurate description of that. And I told Ryan this. I'll tell it for the sake of our audience. So the reason that Bret Hart wears pink or wore pink when he was wrestling, so when he first got started in the Hart Foundation, his bad guy wrestler tag team, they wore pink to be bad guys, because what's going to get you booed by all the people that are coming out to the wrestling shows, you wear a bunch of pink and that'll do it. So that just became his color, and then he kind of kept on with it even once he became a good guy or whatever. So it was the pink and black attack.
The Hart Foundation?
Yeah.
What a name.
We've seen them before, Ryan.
The Hart Foundation is just did they have a legal entity on that?
What are you talking about?
The Hart Foundation. It sounds like
it sounds
like is there an actual Hart Foundation out there? the Red Cross or the Heart Foundation. So. It just sounds.
Why are you gravitating towards this? So like you're grabbing hold of it.
It sounds like one of those names where it's like too good to be. You get a domain name that's like too good to be true. The Heart Foundation, like.
So it was him. Yeah. It was his manager Jimmy Hart, and no relation. And then it was his brother-in-law Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and so collectively they were Heart Foundation.
Oh, hey, it's
not HEART.
No, of course, but it doesn't matter.
Well, why is it of course?
It doesn't matter how you spell it. When you say it, you say the Heart Foundation. Like,
sure,
it's just it's a solid. I mean, I'm surprised they had rights to that name.
Well, there's not another one, so clearly they had the rights to it.
I feel like it's like the American Heart Foundation.
I think,
and maybe they had to get the American Heart Foundation because they stole the Heart Foundation, or it was already
okay. I think one thing that I've picked up on more recently, and to be fair, there's lots of times I should have been calling you out on this. You're putting 2021 logic on 1980s shit. I know that you want to try time travel back to that era because you never lived in it.
I'm a young guy, Eric.
But it was the fucking Wild West, Ryan, okay? Shit like fucking legal things didn't exist back in the 1980s. It was Mad Max. Everyone could just fucking hop on their fucking motorcycles and just raise hell and hit people with chains and shit.
One thing I noticed, and this might be a little off topic, but with the match, like even today, NBA, or if someone's bleeding, they shut that shit down, like until no one's bleeding anymore, and like they've scrubbed the fucking floor and all that shit, and like especially like in the 80s and 90s, like the blood.
Especially
like
the 80s.
That, but they didn't give a shit. Like I don't know if they like. Obviously you have the AIDS thing going on, like if they like tested them or not, but like they were fucking like wrestling through puddles of blood, like on several different matches.
Yeah.
And during that time, like clearly they didn't give a shit. Like,
no,
it's didn't. Impressive. Like it's kind of raw. Like it's authentic,
it's
maybe.
Very authentic. There it is. He said it. Said the word of the day.
But yeah, I mean it's different time.
Yeah, but I mean it's the same reason why you could put a snake in a bag in the corner of the room and it would just hang out there and just like, fuck it, whatever, it's just a snake. Like, why would you give a shit about subbing a fake snake in for a real snake? It's the same premise. Like,
I still reserve my opinions on like what I'm not gonna go. I saw the edited clip. Now I'm fucking like, now I'm going to have to defend myself. Like,
there's nothing to defend. There's nothing to defend. Everyone knows that you're a silly fella.
Okay.
Okay. So we got the Bret entrance. We got the Piper entrance. He looked pretty serious. He was like eyeballing Bret like the whole, and that was a long ramp too. What'd you think of the stadium, the Hoosier Dome?
Loved it. Beautiful. Very big, a lot of people in there.
Yeah.
I mean, impressive crowd size. And I like that. The crowd wasn't that good in this match.
Well, that's because, so with a dome that large, it's hard for the sound to sort of like
It wasn't that.
Carry.
It was like at one point they got up, but like that was it. The passion wasn't there, but the crowd size was there.
Let's see what the capacity is. Let's see. Hoosier Dome capacity.
Huge fucking stadium. It's probably 65.
Smaller than I expected. So, I mean, it's listed at 56,000, but like when you put all the seats on the floor, which they had plenty of, they probably cleared like 65 or so, 60 to 65, if I had to guess. But yeah, a lot of fucking people there. Okay, so then we have the entrances. So Bret gives his glasses, which you remember these from the match. I've got
probably like 35 now.
Probably, actually.
Little kid, yeah.
But yeah, he gives his glasses to a little kid, gets back in the ring. They kind of have a little face-off really briefly there. And then they kind of go back and forth with some wrestling. So they, things didn't start heated, but they eventually escalated to them kind of, tempers flaring up and things boiling over.
The beginning of the match wasn't like, it's pretty basic.
Well,
it got better. It progressively got a lot better.
Well, and that's how it should be. Because if it's the opposite, then you're left with just kind of a flat note.
That's
so you
true.
have to escalate things over the course of the match. If you start at 100 miles per hour, then at the end of the match, it's like, where do you go from there?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think I was going to get like sucked into this one towards the beginning, but I ended up. That's a good match.
I'm glad we won you over. Yeah. Me, Roddy Piper, and Bret Hart, the three of us, and the referee.
And the Hart Foundation.
And the penis haircut referee won you over. So let's just jump to the point where Piper spit his gum at Bret Hart. You always
that, yeah.
You always like the spit. You always gravitate. And like, I never realized how much spitting there was in wrestling until you kept pointing it out. think that's your main role in the show.
It's just something like wrestlers, I guess, do, but like it's such a disrespectful fucking thing to do, and like it's kind of like, I mean, it's not like appreciated, but like they're like, okay, you just spit on me, shit, and I'm not like I got to kick it up a notch, like
right.
That one I missed. I thought he like kind of drooled, but I missed that like as it bounced off of him or something. Yeah.
Well, the thing that I like about this match is like there's justifiable reasons that like you don't necessarily like make excuses for Piper for, but you can see like why he would react the way that he'd react because he's like this fucking hot-blooded Scottish guy. And so these things are happening where he's like reacting like super fucking pissed, but like there's rationale for doing it. So like the reason he spit on Bret is because like Bret out-wrestled him. Bret basically tossed him outside of the ring. Piper just runs back in, spits at Bret like he's pissed.
Yeah.
And so like that kind of keeps happening over the course of the match, that there's these repeated things where like Bret plays possum. He's pretending like his shoulders hurt, and then when Piper's not looking, that's when Bret sneaks up on him and like tries to pin him real quick, and like that's when Piper gets real pissed and like slaps him in the face, and shit gets real at that point in time.
That's when he started bleeding, I believe.
Shortly after that,
was that shortly after? Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a couple things. So like there was the possum pin. There was that one bit with the crossbody where Bret like jumps at Piper. It was a little awkward. Like Piper tries to catch Bret, and they eventually go over the top rope. I remember you commenting on that.
It wasn't a great move. He like, you could tell this was like a planned thing of this match, and like I think maybe he was too low, or like the leverage wasn't there. He's supposed to get higher, and he got him over, but you could, some guys watch now 37 matches, I could tell easily when
in my head. So I think you're right though, but it was definitely something they had planned in advance, like we need to do this fucking thing, and so it was like gonna happen regardless. In my head, the way I can justify it is like, oh well, Piper was trying to counter, so he wanted to hoist Bret up and kind of like do the thing. But I agree, it wasn't as smooth as some of the other spots that we saw in the match. But then you see Piper hold the ropes open for Bret, who cautiously accepts. Piper tells Bret that go ahead.
He was out for more than 10 seconds, by the way. And I lost the last match off that technicality, so I'm not fucking thrilled with that. Like,
that was Japan. That was 20 seconds in Japan. This is 10.
Okay, yeah.
So this is an American 10. Yeah. An American 10 is worth like a Japanese 60. But the thing, and we've probably talked about this before, and I know that you're not going to remember this, but I'll just tell you for the sake of this thing. The referee's count can be interrupted for like literally any reason. So let's say that you're in the middle of counting, you're up to like 3, 4, whatever. If somebody's like touching the ropes, you can then go over to them and be like, hey, get out of the fucking ropes. And then you can go back to your count. 1, 2. So like if you're not actively paying attention to the person outside of the ring, you cannot continue to count. So if anything...
I didn't give a shit about this rule until the last match that I fucking lost, Eric. So
well, you should be aware of all these rules. It's part of the science.
But what was going on that he was paying attention? Like, did you have to restart the count?
Piper was holding the ropes open for Bret.
Yes.
Piper is illegally in the ropes, and so the referee needs to get him out of there.
The
ropes are out of bounds.
Okay, so he's focused on the guy who's in the ring holding the ropes.
Right, that's illegal.
Right, but not the guy who's out.
That's the referee's discretion.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
I mean, if you're going to be, a backseat referee, then this is a different podcast.
I mean, I don't want to shit on this referee by any means. He was my favorite referee of all time. But...
well, he got his comeuppance, in my opinion.
He fucked me over.
Well, no, he didn't.
He didn't fuck me over.
He fucking won.
Just comparatively to,
If you would have counted Bret off, you would have lost.
I don't know if I'd called it at that point.
No, you hadn't. Okay. But I would have told you. You would have called. If I had told you, hey, you need to make your pick, you would have picked Bret.
You think I would have called it in like the very beginning because he dropped his bell? Like,
you would have.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure you would have. But anyway, so Piper open after the very generous 10 count. So Bret cautiously accepts Piper's opportunity or his kind of gracious opening of the ropes. And that's when Piper's like, hey, your shoe's untied. Bret goes to tie his shoe and Piper just uppercuts him in the face. And that is where Bret starts bleeding.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. I mean, there was a lot of blood coming out. He's leaking.
Quick story around that. No one was supposed to bleed at that show. So at WrestleMania VIII, no one was supposed to bleed.
No one held razor blades in there.
Well, I'm not saying that no one razor bladed themselves. I'm saying that no one was supposed to bleed.
Why were they... because Because it was 1992, or like...
Well, what's your question?
Why were they not supposed to bleed in this match?
Because it was 1992.
Oh, okay.
Because basically Vince McMahon said, like, no blood. Like, he gave that mandate, like, that no one was supposed to bleed. And there were actually 2 matches on this show that did have blood in them. One of them was the match that we saw, Bret Hart versus Roddy Piper. And then the other match was Ric Flair versus Macho Man Randy Savage. Ric Flair drew a shitload of fucking blood, probably even more than Bret got in his match. But Ric Flair, because he made it so obvious that he had bladed himself, he got fined by the company. Bret Hart claimed that it was, I don't know, something like the ring steps or something like that.
Probably easy to claim. Yeah.
So
you're supposed to make it look like you hurt anyway. You claim anything. Yeah.
So he and Piper had basically figured out in advance, like, okay, we need to get blood, but we need to make it where it's like not super obvious, like where the blood came from.
Was it like beneficial for them personally to like draw blood, but not the company overall didn't want like
yeah, basically.
Okay.
So Piper and Bret, like so at this point in time, the thing they have to keep in mind, so like Roddy Piper was an established name in wrestling. Like he was a big star. He had been in movies. Like he was as close to a household name as you could get without being Hulk Hogan, basically. Bret Hart, while being a successful wrestler, he was not on like that top level of being like a really well-known wrestler, and like he wasn't at the top of the company. Piper wanted to help Bret out, and he wanted to make sure that the match was like something that people could point to as like, okay, this is elevating Bret from here up to here.
Yeah.
And so they both thought, hey, if we get some blood, that's going to make this match a lot more intense. Like people are going to be like way more into it if they see like Bret fighting through all this blood and like still continuing.
It is. I was fucking more interested in it. Like, but I get like the other. That's an interesting kind of dynamic to the.
And not to go on a big tangent about this, but that's why pro wrestling is the best art form ever. And I know you're laughing, and there's probably people that are listening to me laughing right now, but let me tell you the reason why. Because pro wrestling can be anything. Think of any other art form where it can be anything. If you're a stand-up comedian, and I love stand-up comedy, but if you're a stand-up comedian, what's your job? Your job is to make people laugh. If you're not making people laugh, you're not really doing a very good job of what you're supposed to be doing. If you're an actor, your job is to recite lines, and maybe those lines make people laugh, maybe they don't, but like at the end of the day, there's not a whole lot of creative freedom that you have to what you're doing. If you're a pro wrestler, and you're basically told, like, I want this person to win, I want this person to lose, you got 10 minutes, you can do anything you want in those 10 minutes. If you wanted to make it funny, you could do that. If you wanted to make it serious, you can do that instead. And it's like, you have so much creative freedom. You're just using your body to sort of go through these things, but you can elicit whatever emotions you want from people.
I think that's a good argument. Like, I mean, like, it's like a little abstract inside, like, you know, this, but you kind of have the idea of what you want to like create.
Sure.
But you have like this opportunity to be like really creative inside, you know, kind of that, like you said, that's an interesting take. I haven't really thought about it like that. But yeah, I mean, that's just.
And I mean, like in WWF, you have definitely way less freedom than you would any other time. But if you were to go to like an indie show, those guys literally can do anything the fuck they want.
But it's kind of what wrestling is. Even like coming into this, like that's what I would have thought of wrestling as like, okay, there's like probably a given outcome like that, you know, like, but how are they going to make this like, it's very entertaining, and they always, you know, there's always some sort of like sub drama and like, you know,
and for the most part, that's up for the guys to decide. Now, when you get to a bigger company, they usually have like agents who are helping to quote unquote produce the match. But especially if you're in the indies or anything like that, like it's up to you to kind of figure out like, okay, what makes the most sense, and like maybe it sucks or maybe it's good, but it's 100% on you to figure that out.
Sometimes it sucks.
Unlike the blindfold match, which is the greatest match that we've seen so far. Ryan really did it dirty by ranking it so low, but
the ladder match.
The ladder match is the best. It's the best scientifically. We'll see if this match is better. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll do the science.
Where were we?
Where the fuck were we? That's a great question. Okay, so Bret starts bleeding. We'll jump ahead a little bit. So basically, there's a little bit of back and forth. Like Bret's really kind of selling. He's the one like on the defensive for the most part. Piper's kind of like, you know, doing a bunch of stuff to him. There was a couple of moves that you liked. What were the moves that you liked?
There's a really good, like, he kind of like grabbed him by the head and like just threw him right into his knee as the knee was on.
Oh, you're talking about Bret grabbing Piper? You're talking about Piper.
I think so. I think it was. So, it was Piper like coming up on Bret. It was just a solid move.
Yeah, he basically just like thrusted his knee up towards Bret's face, and you really liked that, which is a fucking simple ass move.
I thought in this one they both landed fucking really solid moves. Like
yeah, I agree.
Solid moves.
Authentic.
Solid moves.
Authentic ass moves.
Gonna have to fucking get a thesaurus or something like.
Chicago Ryan's going to come back with so many words. It's going to be great. One move that you didn't like, as I'm browsing through these notes, the jabs that Piper was throwing at Bret.
No, he threw two like bullshit jabs. No, they were fine. They were both bullshit jabs actually. And then he threw like one more and like flipped him onto his back. It was
the big right hand,
They do that shit all the fucking time in wrestling, and it's the most ridiculous fucking move. Every time it's ridiculous.
Roddy Piper is a Golden Gloves trained boxer, okay? Of course his right hand's going to pack more punch than a normal man, Ryan.
Okay, yeah.
Doy. Okay, so then fast forwarding, so Bret starts coming back. I think at this point in the match, you were kind of a little hesitant, like, oh shit, did I make the wrong pick? Because like now Bret's in control of this match, even though he's bleeding a shitload. And again, Bret's offense, God, it looks so good. Every move that Bret Hart does looks so crisp and so smooth, and like there's no holes in it. Like you don't watch a Bret Hart match and like specifically the moves that he's doing and be like, oh, that's fake. Oh, that's bullshit. Like everything just looks fucking solid as you're browsing through it. Then the referee gets knocked out. Bret Hart is kind of down in the ring. Piper grabs the ring bell. What did you think about the ring bell incident?
I thought you should just fucking hit him with it. Like
you would have lost.
Yeah, I mean, I did think at that point, like, it was over for Bret. I thought he was going to hit him, and, like, then you can't count him out. There's no, I mean, like, it was done. And
can I tell you? Oh, go ahead.
Well, you were just saying, like, he was looking around at the crowd to see if this was, like, and then he decided to play the good guy and, like, toss it back and, like, and fucking lost.
So here's what happened. So Roddy Piper, when the referee's knocked out, so Roddy Piper, as we've talked about, he was like a notorious bad guy. He made his name being the foil, being the enemy of Hulk Hogan back in the early 80s. So, like, when he came up, like, that's what he was. Now, granted, at this time in 1992, he had been a good guy for, like, 5 years or so. But everyone knew kind of he had, like, this sort of mean streak to him, like he was this hot-blooded guy, whatever. But like it wasn't out that far out of his character to, you know, hit somebody with a foreign object or whatever. I remember as an 8-year-old kid seeing that, and like while I was hoping that Piper was going to win, I was also one of those people like, no, Roddy, don't do it, no.
Yeah.
And so when he's milking the crowd reaction and kind of like lowering the bell down and like looking at the fans and they're all chanting, no, don't do it, like fucking win the fair and square, and then he throws the bell away. Like that's this big triumphant moment where he's like, okay, you know, I'm gonna lean into being this fan favorite as opposed to, you know, taking the easy way out. And then he locks on his finishing maneuver, which is a deadly sleeper hold.
Yeah.
The submission hold is as old as time itself, and he throws
illegal.
An illegal hold, by the way. Yes, absolutely. And just you're putting pressure on the sides of the man's neck, so there's no blood getting to their brain, so they pass out. That's the idea behind the sleeper hold. And so Bret counters by going over to the corner, using both feet to push off of the turnbuckle, and then he rolls up Piper for a pin, and he gets the pin there.
It was a nice move. It wasn't. It was a great move, I guess. I mean,
I thought you were underselling it based on your reaction when you were watching it live. You gave me like a Jack Nicklaus, like, yeah!
I had zero confidence that was going to be in the match. I was 100% certain that was just like a, get out of it. The match is going to go on. I've seen too many of these fucking things. That was a shocking finish to me.
So your reaction was more like, I didn't think that was going to work, more than like, what a maneuver type of thing. Okay.
I thought he was going to fucking lose the match at this point. Like, I was very surprised.
You resigned yourself.
But it was a nice, like, again, it's that creativity. You know, get up on the rings with your leg, flip him over. Yeah. You're still kind of pinned, but you pinned him back. Like, technically you won. It was good.
And then we have the end of the match where Piper, you know, you're not really sure if what he's going to do, that sort of thing, but he ends up kind of giving the belt to Bret, putting the belt on him.
That was good bow tie to the match.
Little sportsmanship.
Yeah, it was nice. Nice to see. It's been a while, I feel like, since we've seen a really nice
bit of sportsmanship.
Yeah.
I'd have to go on the list. I'm not quite sure.
I could be wrong. It could be like a couple weeks ago. I'm not sure.
It could have been. We'll say it's been a really long time.
But it feels like it's been a while.
Yeah. It has been. Let's say that. Anything else around the match that I missed? I think that's everything.
That was it, yeah.
All right. Shall we do the science? I think we probably should.
Yeah, let's see. This was higher up.
Okay. Top.
I just want to go like probably top 7.
Oh wow. Okay, that's a really specific top.
Well,
7.
I'm saying like I'd probably have to rewatch this like Bret Hart match that we had before, but this was a great Bret Hart match.
Yeah.
I would say, just going off my gut,
okay,
that this would be above the current number 7 position.
So not only do we have a Hulk section, but now we're establishing a
Bret Hart section.
A Hart section.
The Hart Foundation.
The Hart Foundation of matches. Yeah, for me, let's see. Not that my opinion matters to you, because if anything, you've proven that you will generally steer away from it or anything I say. Do I like Roddy Piper versus Bret Hart more than I like Mr. Perfect versus Bret Hart? Man, that's a hard fucking question. Gosh.
I won that match too.
Yeah. Is that influence your decision at all? The fact that you won it? Man, what do I think is better? I think I have to give I won't say. I'll let you rank first.
I think what I want to do is like it. And this is. I don't think it's. I feel like a good place to put this would be number 6.
Okay.
I think it's a good. I feel like.
So the new number 6. So above Chris Champion versus Don Valentine.
I honestly I'm Don Valentine, Christian. Not that
You know what? Do you have a free moment? I mean, I know you're very busy.
Well, you have like a highlight reel of it or something?
The match itself takes 2 minutes. You want to review what you ranked number fucking 6?
Wait, holy shit. I think, was this in our middle of our...
Uh-huh. Now, most people, to be fair, I don't even think listen to this goddamn episode because the audio was so bad. So let's just...
No. We can watch it.
Yeah,
but I think...
What? Don't you...
No, I think I'm okay with this place.
Okay, yes, good. I'm okay that you're okay with it.
I do remember like watching it now and you being like super... I remember the match.
Okay.
And I remember you being like notably upset about where I placed it in this ranking.
And I still am.
I still think it should be where it is, but yes, I will drop it 1 to place this one ahead of it.
Okay.
I think that's,
Okay, so this is the new number 6.
Yeah. Now I think it's even more fair place for it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's...
I mean, there's no fucking way it should be as high as it is, for the record. But
this match or...
This match is fine.
Okay, yeah.
Chris Champion versus Don Valentine is the biggest amount of bullshit that we've ever had on the Hard Mark podcast of all time. We should end the episode.
Yeah.
We should end it the same way that we end everything. Man, I'm really torn on what this is going to be.
Yeah. Just get a good one. Get something controversial out there, like.
Okay. I'm not prepped enough for one of them, so I think I know which the other one is. What I'm going to do. So, okay. Welcome everyone. It's that time of every Hard Mark episode. Everyone's favorite thing. Everyone hates Ryan's Corner, and everyone loves Eric's Wisdom Tree. You don't think that we're running that gimmick into the ground yet?
I think it's good. It's fine.
Okay, here. This is less wisdom and more just something that I'm like mulling over as time goes on. So, trimming fingernails.
Yeah.
I don't understand what people do to make sure that their nails don't shoot all over the room. Is this just me? Am I the only one who's having this problem?
I usually just drop them right onto like my coffee table.
What?
When I'm trimming my nails, I do it like I'll do it like on my couch and just drop them on and like clean them up, but like they don't shoot all over the place.
How do they not shoot? How do they just drop? Mine never drop.
Mine usually get caught in the clippers. Like the nail gets caught in there.
Mine go fucking everywhere. Like so I'll oftentimes do it like in the bathroom, right? And I'll be over like a trash can, so it's dropping into the trash can, not on the coffee table, because that's gross. That's where people do cocaine, Ryan. Anyway.
Fucking wish.
But when I trim my fingernails, they blast like gunfire.
Wow.
Literally, this past week, I'm not making this up. I swear to God, it sounds like bullshit, but I swear it's not. I was trimming. That's right. I was trimming my left thumbnail. And so, we can all imagine what trimming your left thumbnail looks like. You're using your right hand to trim that. I shit you not. When I trimmed, I think, like the right half of that thumbnail, it shot into my right thumb. It was embedded into the skin of my right thumb. Now, it didn't draw blood, but it was like lodged in there. That's how much force is being generated from me trimming.
Maybe you need shitty fingernail clippers, like ones with less force.
You think it's too much force?
I don't know, but like maybe mine.
Do you drink milk? Well, you don't drink milk. That's it. Maybe my nails are so strong because of all the milk. Yeah, maybe all that calcium. Maybe you have soft nails because of your poo-poo problems.
I don't know. I don't even really know honestly what nails are like made of or what's. Is it like a bone thing? Like
I don't know.
You just made it sound like
if I talk more about it. I mean, I'm not like you where I can just make up science facts about snakes and shit and make myself sound like as if I know what I'm talking about.
I mean, you have the power to edit anything to make it sound however you like, Eric. Our viewers will see at some point.
Right, clearly, yeah. Anyone who follows this Hard Mark on social media has seen all of my highly edited clips to make Ryan sound like a big dummy.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have that same issue. They get caught in there and I just drop them and then I toss them. I'm not like I clean up the area, but I don't stand over like the sink and do it because then they get caught in the drain and like.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't do it in a sink. Who would do it in a sink?
Well, I don't stand over my garbage can. I have in the bathroom. You have to like put your foot on it and it lifts up and it's a small like catching area. So I just on the couch and just right over there and clean them up. And
what about your toenails? Your toenails don't do that. You don't have this issue with toenails either.
No, and so there's a Boy Meets World episode where they talk about the same subject, and he's like shooting fingernails across the room. It's like a game they play. I've never experienced it personally, but it sounds like you.
I wonder. Now I'm spitballing out loud here. What if? Do you have fingernail clippers and toenail clippers? Or
no, I just have. The one.
You have toenail clippers.
Just fingernail clippers.
Oh, that you use for toenails?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem reliable.
They're not great. It takes a little bit of like a little bit of brute force, but like
I can see that.
It doesn't hurt. Like I just have to
sure.
And it's mostly only the toenail that you have to work on. Your other toes are pretty much like fingernails.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. My toenails, Heather will attest for the fact that they can cut a bitch if I'm not careful.
They're not. Yeah.
I wonder if here's what I'm gonna do. Hard Mark listeners, the next time I trim my fingernails, I'm going to use toenail clippers and I'm gonna see if this helps on this situation. I will report back because my fingernail clippers always shoot that shit. So I'm thinking maybe toenail clippers will have enough force where they're kind of containing it. I don't know.
I have a question. Do you find it like I find it very like important to like do that with your finger, like trim them like constantly, but I also find it like very uncomfortable. Like I do not like the feeling of clipping my my fingernails. I don't like the feeling of it. Sometimes you like snap one. It's like, oh my God, like it fucking hurts. Like
snapping one.
You just get one and like you get it right. Like if you don't start at the right spot, I try to start over on the side.
Sure.
And then clip throughout. But
yeah,
sometimes like you get one like in the middle of maybe your thumb or like a sensitive finger and and it fucking hurts. Like I don't know if that's like it badly. It's like yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure that I'm picking up on
So you
this.
snap your nails like across the room, but it doesn't ever hurt.
I mean, they fire off like I'm not cutting them to the quick.
No. Just like if you get like a solid piece of nail though, like maybe like in the middle, it's uncomfortable every time that I do it.
I don't love it, but it's not uncomfortable. I'll say that.
Yeah, I don't know if
I've had, but my one toe, like the nail is like very like the what do they call it? The little area that's kind of attached to the toenail or fingernail, like underneath. That it's like adheres to.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, either way, that goes like basically to the end of my toe. So it's like I can't really cut it down that low.
Yeah.
This is an exciting conversation.
Yeah. I don't know. Every once in a while I'll get one that like had one recently, and it's you get that like hangnail feeling, and like
fuck, I've been getting a lot of hangnails lately.
It's nasty stuff. Like it's never any good. I usually just try to get a pair of scissors in there as close to the skin as possible and cut it out.
Oh god, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Have you ever had an ingrown nail?
I've never had that.
I had one.
I had friends that have had it, and it sounds fucking nasty.
I've got a toe. One of my toes here. They cut all the nail off of one side, so it's like got a empty spot. Not a big one, but like a very small.
Is it growing back?
No, it's been years. Oh. It's just that way now.
Yeah, I did go to the doctor for that, I guess. Mm-hmm. See, I'd be in deep shit if I hadn't ingrown.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe we'll just
come to Eric's house and like, how'd they do it for you? Like,
they just I don't know, used a handsaw or something. Yeah. Perfect. All right. Well, that's the perfect end of this show. I mean, how could we end it any better than that? So that was episode. Did we ever even say? I'm not sure that we did. Episode 32. The Hard Mark Podcast.
It's good. Yeah, it's a good amount of episodes.
It's a solid run. Probably good to end it, but we're not gonna. Next time, I don't actually know what we're gonna watch next time. There's WWE Network issues that are happening. Maybe I'll talk about them more next episode. But yeah, I don't know. I have two ideas. We're gonna go in one of those directions.
Okay.
One.
No, I thought you were done.
Oh, no, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
I'm not done yet. We're either going to watch a scaffold match.
Nice.
Or we're going to watch a 2-on-2 Extreme Rules tag team match. I don't know which one we're going to watch yet, but one of those two things will be coming up in episode 33, so be on the lookout for that. But again, find us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Give us a follow. We really appreciate you. We love you. We're going to propose to you really soon. And that's it.
That's it.
And if you're not hard, get hard. Once you get hard, stay hard. Take it sleazy, everybody. Goodbye. Oh, what? You're ruining my intro.
Fuck. Just do it again.
If you're not hard, get hard. Once you get hard, stay hard. I had a lot more passion the first time. Take it sleazy, everybody. I want to milk you with my vacuum cleaner.